Hi everybody, welcome back. Before we jump into the math, let's take a brief moment to meditate and focus on ourselves and being here now in this moment. Wherever you are, sit up straight. You might be sitting cross-legged on the floor, or you may be sitting in a chair. Make sure your head is directly above your shoulders. Your shoulders are above your hips. If you're sitting in a chair, make sure your feet are flat on the floor and your hands can be in your lap, palms up if you like. And close your eyes slowly. And there may be things going on around you. Just acknowledge that they exist, and we're going to take a moment to just focus on ourselves in the here and now. Breathe in through your nose very slowly. And exhale through your nose completely. Inhale through your nose, nice and fully, filling your belly. And exhale completely. Feel yourself relax. Inhale, feel your belly rising and filling, taking in the good. Exhale through your nose, breathing out the bad. One last inhale, nice and deeply. And savor it as you exhale slowly through your nose. Slowly open your eyes. Great job, everybody. Okay, so let's look at this multiple choice problem from the College Board. It says the formula above gives the monthly payment M needed to pay off a loan of P dollars at R% annual interest over N months. Which of the following gives P in terms of M, R, and N? And there are four choices there. So take about a minute to have a look at this and see what you can do. Try your best. It's totally okay if you have no idea how to approach this. If so, just take a guess, and then we'll look at it together in about a minute or so. Okay, welcome back. So you may have been intimidated, as I was when you first saw this. It's really complicated. There's so many numbers and symbols. But let's use a strategy to break this down and make it a little simpler. The first thing I want you to do is notice that the question is asking for P in terms of the other variables. So I need to isolate P. And you'll notice that all the choices do in fact have the answer in the right format, which is P equals something. So we're going to use a strategy called chunking, and this is how it works. Look at the fraction on the right side of the equation. Let's take this first part of the fraction and chunk it together as one thing, as one green grouped thing. We'll call it the green guy. And then let's look at the second part and chunk it together as one thing. We'll call it the orange guy. And we'll do the same thing in the denominator and take this big expression and chunk it together and think of it as one thing called the blue guy. So now the expression's a little simpler because now I can just think of it as the green thing times the orange thing divided by the blue thing times p. And if I wanted to start isolating p on the right side of the equation, I want to get that blue guy out of the denominator. So what I would want to do is multiply by that blue expression. I'm not going to write out the whole expression, but it would be that whole expression over 1. And of course, whatever I do on the right side of the equation, I have to do on the left side of the equation to keep it balanced. So I'm going to multiply the left side as well by this blue guy, right? And I'm not going to put it over 1, but it's the same thing as what we're doing on the right. So let's look at what happens. You'll notice that on the right side, the blue expressions will cancel out, right? Because they're the identical expression in the numerator and denominator, so they cancel out to 1. And on the left side, I'll have the blue expression times m. We'll look really carefully at all of the choices. Which of the choices offered has the blue expression in the numerator? You'll notice that it's right here. This is the only choice that has that blue expression in the numerator of a fraction times m. So I in fact know that this is the right answer. And I could continue. So, if I wanted to check, if I were to continue isolating p on the right, then I would have to divide by the orange thing and the green thing. I would multiply, let me write it like that. And I would have this green item in the denominator, and I'd have this orange thing in the denominator. And then on the left side of the equation, I would do the same thing. So I would keep the equation balanced, right? I would have the green item in the denominator, dividing by the green item, and I would also divide by the orange item. And then on the right, I would start canceling these and these, and in fact, now I have p isolated all by itself. And on the left side, notice that I have the green item and the orange item in the denominator. Well, let's look at what we had chosen. What do we have in the denominator? Well, I have the first item in the denominator, which is, in fact, the green item. And notice that the second item in the denominator matches the orange item. So I now know that this whole expression is equal to what I have up there. The blue item over the green times the orange item times m. I hope that you found this chunking strategy helpful. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below. And I look forward to continuing to work with you.